Okay. Looked like I don't know, it looked like I was having some connecting issues over here. Maybe because I may have one or two more windows. Too many open. So let me close that. All right. So if you are watching this on the recording, feel free to skip ahead about a minute or so to get to the content. Good morning. Good morning. Let me know who you are, where you're from when you chime in. And I need to invite some people. All right. Almost ready. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let me I'll give you a few more seconds to get going. And then we are going to get on with the show. And make sure to share this out, guys, because we got a lot of people with questions about business structure. Ooh, Katy, Texas. I have only heard of that. I have no idea where that is. Hey, hey, New York is in the house. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So let's get started. First, my name is Lysandra Everett. I want to welcome you to my show. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady. I help home business owners win the tax game by keeping more of the money they make and paying less to Uncle Sam. You can find me at homebiztaxlady.com, and you can also find me on Facebook at Home Biz Tax Lady. Good morning, everyone. Okay. So I got this question from an independent contractor in Florida, and he's asking if he needs to, as an independent contractor, does he need to incorporate, or is an EIN enough for people to pay him? All right. So first of all, as an independent contractor, you are considered self-employed. If you receive more than $600 from a particular source, then you should be issued a 1099, okay? Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it. Okay, so you should receive a 1099. Now, even if you don't receive a 1099, you have to report the income. That is your responsibility. So what do we do about the whole incorporation thing? And most people would think that this answer, right? But really it is not, because there are so many determining factors. The main determining factors in this particular case is it's income and the amount of self-employment tax you might be paying, okay? So because I don't know your income, I can only speak in generalities. So I really encourage you to get with your tax professional to really review your complete situation. If you do not have your own tax professional that you are working with, feel free to book a consult with me and we'll help you figure this out. All right, so what are the determining factors? Okay, so we're going to look at first at the income, and we're also going to look at self-employment tax, because the main reason that people incorporate is to save on self-employment taxes. So even as a single member LLC, if you decide to go with the single member LLC, you are still considered a sole proprietor for IRS purposes. You're still going to file a Schedule C. You are still going to have to pay self-employment tax, okay? Now, depending on the level of income, you might want to have an S corporation, okay? An S corporation is a subsection of a C corporation where the owner is both the owner and an employee of the company, meaning that you have to pay yourself, you have to pay yourself a salary, a reasonable salary, and you also have to pay employment tax monthly, okay? But the thing about an S corporation is that it must be domestic. There's only one classification of stock. There's no there's no foreign people that can be a part of an S corporation, and a husband and wife are considered as one shareholder, right? So how this looks. So if this individual happens to be married to someone who is not yet a resident of the United States, may not be a citizen of the United States, then you can't form an S corporation, because husband and wife are considered to be one member. So you can't have an S corporation. You could have an LLC, but again, you're still considered a sole proprietor. Could you have a corporation? Yes. Okay. So, there's no cut and dried answer here. All right. That's why you have to get with your tax professional to look at your entire situation, because it may be that you could form an S corporation, but then you also have to, ask yourself, is it worth it for you? Because every state has a fee, right? Has a filing fee for the S corporation. They also have a filing fee for the LLC. Okay. You also, with an S corporation, you have to, the whole formation process. It can be labor intensive, as well as keeping up with all of the requirements for an S corporation. So unless you have the time to spend doing this, you might need to outsource this to someone else. Okay. It's still a tax deductible expense. Again, it's all about your level of income. If you have the income to support, you have the income to support all of the expenses that you're going to incur forming the S corporation. So how does all that look? Let's stop talking in generalities. Let's give you an example. So let's say, like, I had a client who owned his own packing company, right? He was signed up on various sites, and that this is where he got his work from. Okay, it's kind of like an Uber, but for a packing company. Okay, so that's how he got his jobs, right? And so he was making well over $100,000 a year, okay, just by doing this, which I was, kind of in shock, but, whatever. So total side note. Okay, but it became more beneficial for him to have an S corporation, because what happens is, with an S corporation, again, you become an employee of the company. You pay yourself a reasonable salary. So all he has to do is look to see what is a reasonable salary, both local and nationally, for a packing employee. You pay yourself that salary, and then any profits left over from after all of your expenses taken out, if you have profit left over, then that's distributed to you, the only shareholder, right? That's distributed to you, and you don't have to pay self-employment tax on that. So the key is that you have to, pay yourself a reasonable salary. Now, if you pay yourself a reasonable salary and you don't have any profit left over, oh well. But that is one of the rules, that you have to pay yourself a reasonable salary based on local and national standards. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. What else? And the S corporation allows you to take on shareholders, but you can only have up to 100, where with an LLC or with a C corporation, you can have as many partners as you can stand. Okay. But for the S corporation, you can only have 100, and it can only be, it can't be a foreign person. So it must be a domestic corporation, and the shareholders can't be corporations, be partnerships. I got to look at my notes so I can make sure to get all this in there. It can't be insurance companies or financial institutions or any type of sales business. Okay. So, so when it comes down to deciding if you should incorporate or not, whether or not you have an LLC, you really have to look at your whole big picture. It is not a cut and dried, it's not a cut and dry answer for everyone. Everyone is different. So the S corporation, the bonus of that is that you do not have the double taxation that you do like a C corporation. Okay. With a C corporation, the corporation itself pays taxes, and then the dividends that are distributed to the shareholders are also taxed. Okay. So S corporation skips that dividends taxation part. I'm sorry, corporate taxation, okay? The corporation itself does not pay taxes. An S corporation does not pay taxes. I want to make sure that's clear. But the dividends are distributed to the shareholders, and then you're taxed, based on what your share of the profit is. So I hope that makes sense. So, again, can't sit here and give you a cut and dried answer on should you or should you not incorporate. I would have to look at all of the information to help you make that decision. I can only tell you how it affects you tax-wise, right? Because that's what I do. I'm a tax professional. I can only tell you, okay, well, if you choose this structure, this is how it's going to affect you on the tax end. But you have to make that decision as to what's going to be best for you and your company. So anybody got any questions about that? Let me look. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate the compliments. Thank you so much. You're making me feel real good on this first day of August. Okay. It's actually going to be warm today in Massachusetts. I'm super excited. Okay. Let me see. I don't see that I have any questions. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna close this out. The takeaway is this, okay? Do not try to make this decision on your own. Get with your tax professional, get with your CPA so they can look at your whole, your big picture, right? What your income is, what your self-employment taxes are, what the fees are for you to incorporate in your state, and what the annual fees are. Look at that whole big picture and see what is the best structure for you. Okay. All right. So that's it for me, you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. It's just Tuesday. I'm like, I don't even know what day it is. I'm having, I'm having one of those moments. But after I get off, I'm going to put my, 5 frequently overlooked tax deductions for home business owners. This is also for independent contractors as well. And I think this is something that independent contractors, sometimes they don't get it until after they file that first tax return, is that you are considered self-employed. If you get paid on a 1099, you are considered self-employed. Your employer is not, or whoever is hiring you, who you're working for, not withholding taxes. You are responsible for that. Okay. How do we book a consultation with you? I'm also going to put that link as well as soon as I get off, so that, well, I will do that now because y'all know I cannot type and talk at the same time. If you don't know, now you know. Oh man. All right. So I can't even spell consult. Jesus. It is today. All right, here we go. Okay, and now my computer's just stuck. So how about I just wait until I get off the live stream? Okay. All right, there it is. So that's how you book a consult. I almost kicked myself off, y'all. This is why I don't type and talk at the same time. All right. So listen, that's it for me, you guys. Listen, I got to run. If you have any questions, of course, make sure you leave a comment, shoot me a message, and I'm happy to help you out. Okay. So share this with someone who might be having the same kind of question, or, need some help. Share this with them so they can get some good information. Okay. So thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.